Hey guys, Luke here and welcome back to Season 2, Episode 4 of my Swansea City FIFA 16 career mode. Now in this episode we're going to be taking on Middlesbrough and Watford in the Premier League, and in the Europa League it's our first Europa League game, and we're going to be taking on Lech Poznan. I don't know if that's the exact pronunciations, but to start the episode you saw there Jefferson Montero was asking, well, he's just kind of updating us, trying to figure out if we're going to offer him, a contract increase, and I'm kind of not... I just want to see how this new formation's worked out. Now, we had a bit of a rocky start in the Premier League. I think we had a loss, I think we had 2 losses, maybe a loss and a draw last episode before picking up a victory over Hull with a change of formation. You can see we're going for no wingers, which is something that I never really tried out properly in like these career modes, or just in FIFA in general. I always play with wingers, but I'm finding that it's just way more effective for me to play through the middle and just try and pass away through, build pressure and that sort of stuff. And Correa there nearly ends up scoring a goal. It rattled the crossbar there. So it was actually nearly a perfect start there. And, we're not letting up. Montero puts Correa through again there. And this time we end up scoring there. So I think Montero was playing in striker position possibly. I think he was playing in striker. I can't really remember. I know Gabriel is hurt, I believe. But yeah, I don't know why Montero... exactly was playing striker. Probably just trying to rotate the squad due to fixtures being quite crowded, that sort of stuff. Just playing lots of games in short spaces of time, which is a huge thing. Now that I'm playing in Europa League, got to start managing the squad a lot better. Last year we had the luxury of being able to rest players all the time and pretty much play with our full strength side pretty regularly, but yeah, like I said, we're going to have to manage the team a lot better. And Rafinha here, one of our new signings, on loan this time, a short-term loan. And it's a shot which I believe might have been travelling into the back of the net, but it was blocked pretty well there by Middlesbrough. You can see they're getting a lot of bodies back in defence, so I can't blame them. We've been outplaying them completely in this game, but at the same time, it does get a little bit frustrating, but that's just... that's why this formation works really well, because we can afford to just be patient. We can afford to be patient. We've got a lot of people moving around. That's what I really like about this, bodies in motion. But right here, that was absolutely terrible defense by us. And I think his name's Kwak or Kike. I don't know the exact pronunciation, but he ends up just shooting it straight over the bar, point blank range, and they miss. That's absolutely terrible stuff from him. So yeah, I don't know exactly how he even missed it. I would have been very frustrated had we had blown a chance like that, but they have another chance here, and this time they score, as you would have thought. I thought initially he scored, but then I saw immediately that the scoreline had not changed, and you look at the linesman, flag was up straight away. He was offside by quite a distance too, so that was very, very nice. And Lopez trying to chase down Dalmier here, but they're just going for crosses repeatedly, and repeatedly we kept coming up with an answer for them too. So you can see there, pure domination for us. 54% possession, which was nice. And what is nice is those shots. We had 9 shots. Now, if you remember back to last season, if you haven't seen it, go check it out. But a lot of the games were having, 2 shots, 3 shots, 4 shots. This time, it's nice with this formation that we're starting to get, those 9-10 shots a game sort of stuff. Now you can see here Montero at the start of the episode, he talked about having no progression in terms of getting an upgrade. And yeah, like I said, I just want to wait and see how this formation goes. And I wasn't feeling, rushed at all, because we're coming right up to the transfer, deadline. So I don't really feel like anybody's going to come up with an offer. And we're just going to take a look at, his upgrade right here. You can see 60 grand is what he wants. Funnily enough, that is what Nathan Dyer wants, but we are going to offer him at 60 grand. Is it too much? I'm not really sure, but it's probably safer to just keep him there, even if it's just for a few months, and if we can decide to offload him later. Now, Kyle Bartley had an offer of him earlier, as well as Gomez as well, 6.5 you can see there, and they've decided to match it. Red Bull at Leipzig, whatever the name is, they ended up putting in a great offer, which was really nice. I can't remember if I transfer listed Gomez or not, but he was someone who I was hoping to get rid of. And yeah, as you can see there, he's ended up leaving. 6.5 million he sold for, and we will have 5.5 allocated into our transfer budget, so that's really nice. And as well as that, you can see Kyle Bartley is being sold. He's another one, 70 rated is what he was, I think, maybe even 69 rated at the time. It just allows us more room to work with. As you saw before, we did get, or like last episode or one before, we did get a pretty good transfer budget, but at the same time it wasn't anything crazy, especially for their goals for the season. They want us to get top 4, so yeah, I'm not really sure how they can figure giving us 20 million will turn us from a side that finished, I think it was like 6th, 8th, something like that, into a top 4 side. It just seems a bit stupid. But Jose Perez coming in from Newcastle by the looks of things, and we've got Origi as well, or Origi I should say. And basically, we're just trying to keep our options open. I'm not going to sign all these guys. Icardi is another one. Actually, you see that they want 17.5 million for him, so we offered 7.5. Was not expecting them to accept it, but I thought I'd just throw in a few offers. Same with Ayoze. I was surprised we're getting him for so cheap, or at least we've had offers accepted. I keep saying getting him as if we're actually buying them, but yeah, we offered a contract to Ayoze. You see Icardi as well, 79 rated, 7.5 million from Inter Milan. I think that's an absolute bargain for him. Now, the only problem is I think it's skill moves. He's not the greatest, but I don't really use skills. I don't really expect to be using skills. Now, had a little bit of dilemma. Who do we bring in? We had Icardi, Origi, and Perez in there. It's just a matter of choosing which players we wanted. Initially, I was just going to bring in Icardi, but then I decided why not bring in another player as well, because Gabriel is injured for a few weeks, and you know, if we got some injuries, we still need some more backups, especially with Gomez leaving. And we decided on Ayoze Perez leaving Newcastle, coming here. He's going to be a bit of a backup, but yeah, you can see Icardi did reject a few teams before eventually moving to us, but I was very, very happy to bring him in. He seems like a perfect fit for us, and hopefully we can get a little bit of a combination going between him and Correa. Now, taking a look at our youth squad as the transfer deadline has passed, obviously. You saw it just there, and there was a whole bunch of transfers. I think Toni Kroos and Benzema and all that had left, but we actually have quite a number of good youth prospects. The only problem is that 17, 18-year-olds, and they're still 50 rated in that, and you know, they're getting to the point where they're starting to get a little bit frustrated, thinking, you know, sign me up to a permanent contract, you know, a full-time contract. But I'm not going to be signing up players who are going to be 50 rated. I've made that mistake in the past, last season, and I've seen that the players just making no progression whatsoever. Now, you can see here, Icardi making his debut, 7.5 million. I think an absolute bargain there. And you can see the lineup. He's come straight into the lineup there, and I believe it was Jefferson Montero played there beforehand. And he actually did a pretty good job in the strike position, but I mean, he is a winger in the end there, and I kind of feel like he can be sort of a utility player for us. He can play a little bit of everywhere. If you want to throw him in the midfield or whatever, he could do a job, just work hard pretty much. And yeah, he definitely is someone who I would like to keep on the bench, whether he's starting or not. Now, here is a huge error, and Vidra is throwing goal there. We called out Rob Green, I think it was. Actually, it was Valdez in goal, I should say. Rob Green was our keeper from last year. But Valdez came out, didn't get a hand to it or anything, thankfully, actually, as they sent it wide. So that was a huge blunder there from Watford, as well as ourselves, obviously. But they really should have finished that. It was, you know, near enough an open goal that I had to work with, because Valdez was so far out. But apart from that little chance for them, which came off the back of us stuffing up, it's just been all us, really. See, Icardi has a chance, he takes a shot, and straight at the keeper, and the keeper saves it. Is that Gomes? I'm not really sure. Gomez, whatever. Yeah, like I said, I'm not really sure, but he's just countering attack, and Joao Mario, whatever his name is, he's actually really good in this game, and he's going to go through, and he is going to score. Now, this was a little bit frustrating. Once again, I feel Valdez could have done a lot better. I'm still not sold on Valdez at this point. I kind of feel like, you know, for the wages we're paying for him, and, you know, ratings-wise, he should be a lot better, but I kind of feel like it's the same old Valdez from previous keepers. He's rated well, but in the end, he's just not a good keeper in the game for whatever reason. But Correa has a chance here, and Correa scores, making it 1-1, and he just does what he does best, turns those half chances into chances, and he scores his third goal of the Premier League season. So it's been a pretty good start there for Correa, and hopefully Icardi can get on the action as well. And we can, you know, like I said, just form a bit of a combination. But Rafinha here, he hasn't played too many games for us as of yet. I mean, he's only just joined us, but he's sort of making that cam spot his own, even though he's actually like a centre mid by default, but I think he's more of a cam. And Correa, he's going to try and take it around his defender, takes a shot, and he shoots and he scores there, and it's 2-1 with just over, or just less than 12 minutes to go, and there's his fourth goal of the Premier League season, so that's his second goal of the game, and you know, it's a perfect time to score for us. Now, as a result of that, Watford pretty much went all out attack, I've got to say, and I kind of didn't react quick enough, but you see they had a chance right there, and that was a great save, Valdez. So I was talking mad shit about him, but yeah, he made a good save, and I thought I'd just show there, Ayoze Perez came on, I think, that 90th minute, so he did get his debut for us, but yeah, obviously didn't have to do much at all. Probably, I don't even know if he would have touched the ball, but obviously Correa was man of the match in that game, scoring 2 goals, and I think he just had a great performance. I think Valdez got a 7.6. I don't know if I fully agree with that. I mean, the shot that went in, it sort of looked like it went straight at him. Well, not straight at him, but enough where he could have saved it for me. Anyways, that's 2 wins from 2 games, so we've got a bit of a win streak going here, 3 wins in a row from memory, and moving into our first Europa League game, so I can't remember the last time Swansea played in Europa League. I feel like it was a few years ago, and they didn't fare too well in terms of that season. They sort of went really, really shit, and we're hoping that we can sort of break the trend of those teams that overachieved and got into Europe and then just fall down drastically. And we've got to really do well in here. And the good thing for us is we've recruited pretty well. I feel like we've got adequate depth, and we're playing like a fully rotated squad in this game. Obviously, we've got the wingers back to the 4-5-1 formation, and the reason being is not because I felt like it's a better formation or anything. It's just trying to figure out what formation works for the remaining players. We've got enough to rest everybody. So we've got both wingers, we've got Montero and Isgrove. Isgrove, he was a big signing for us, and I got to say he's been a little bit of a letdown. We paid fair bit of money for him, and it just hasn't really been that great for us. But Rob Green comes up with a fantastic save just there, and off the back of that, there is a corner. It falls back to Gajos or whatever his name is, and he takes a shot, and it sort of just scrapes the netting just there. But AU, he wins the ball and he gets it straight through to Ayoze, and can Ayoze end up scoring? Yes he can. It was just a finesse shot. Pretty simple stuff there. And I gotta say, Andre Ayew, he's sort of fallen out of favour, and I actually wouldn't mind selling him, to be honest with you. I'm not really sure he fits any of my plans. He's not quite fast enough to be a winger. He's not quite good enough on the ball to play in the middle and that sort of stuff, and he's quite small. He hasn't got strength. Like, I don't really know what's the best position for him, but that shot thunders off the post there, and we get very, very lucky. AU's man I was talking about gets absolutely destroyed, and somehow no foul, but that was a fantastic save from Rob Green. We showed a replay just there, and that was just a great reflex save there, and thankfully Rob Green is actually a really, really top backup. Could easily be starting for us at the moment, especially with the form Valdez is in. But a 1-0 victory. We did get quite lucky. You see they dominated possession, but they didn't dominate the scoreline, which is the main thing. So I would pick up another victory there. So that's 4 in a row. And I should mention Velasquez made his debut, the man we signed from Atletico Madrid. Now you saw that Jefferson Montero had a little bit of an injury. It's not too bad. He did play on, and he's only going to be out for 5 days. And I mean, in the end, it's not really a huge deal because we've got plenty of cover for him, and he is only a bench player. But Neil Taylor, the left back, comes to us and says thanks for the playing time that he's getting. And we've got a few pretty good left backs. We did sell Tabanu, but we're still left with obviously Taylor and Ben Davies as options for the left back position. And I'd like to say that's where the video is going to end. If you did enjoy it, please leave a like, subscribe to my channel, follow me on Twitter at Mr. Luca Marti, Facebook page in the description below, and I'll see you for my next video. Bye guys.